TTCU,
Yes.
Toledo Teachers Credit Union. The Toledo Teachers Credit Union was to have its AGM on Saturday. They could not have their AGM. They didn't have quorum. This is the biggest credit union in the Toledo district. It is a shame and an embarrassment that they couldn't get 100 people, 100 of their many hundreds of members to attend for this annual meeting, and the TTCU is in trouble. There have been gross cases of internal fraud. There has been fraud to the amount of $608,000. And let me tell you how insidious this fraud is. How it emerges in September of 2024. A woman living in the U.S., formerly of Bella Vista, living in the U.S., doing her thing. Her mother is notified that, her mother in Belize is notified that her daughter's loan is delinquent. She's like, my daughter loan, my daughter there states. When they went to check, a loan of, I think it's $15,000 had been made on her account. She never did it. She's in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Everything that the whole file fill out, signature and everything fraudulent.
Wow.
And this was done by employees of the credit union.
Wow.
And it wasn't done with one person, it wasn't done with two people, it wasn't done with three. It's a widespread fraud orchestrated by about 5 employees, where they made fraudulent loans in people's names without their knowledge,
Wow.
and they pocketed the money. Exposing the credit union, it's a total of over 600,000.
My gosh.
Now that credit union, as a consequence of this, I don't know what action the central bank will take, if it's going to fine them. That is a great likelihood, and what sanction the central bank, which is the regulator, is going to take. But that credit union is in trouble as a consequence of this. And so I know Courtney attended the failed AGM, and she'll have a report later on in the news where she spoke with the chairman. And also came up in that audit, as we mentioned in the news on Thursday, is the issue of those contracts that were awarded to companies based in Bella Vista, to a politically affiliated person in Bella Vista, from the Ministry of Economic Development. And Osman, the auditor who did the special investigation found that there was not proper source of funding from the government of Belize. Now, if there's not proper source of funding from the government of Belize, when you don't have a proper source of funds, it's a flag,
Yeah.
because that suggests money laundering.
Yeah.
Mr. Minister Osman Martinez, Minister of State, has stressed that he submitted all the contracts to the credit union as required. They're giving us the Freedom of Information request later this week, hopefully later today, and then we will know what's been did and what's been hid. But he says he submitted everything as they requested, and someone thereafter must have obscured it because it never came to the attention of the auditor. So, very interesting stuff.
Wow.
We'll have to wait and see. It has to do with political rivalries. Perhaps, if it was obscured, it may have had to do with political enmity within the PUP, that great and loving party. It's not as loving as we would want to think.
Wow.